third attempt at trying to record this one. Let's hope the phone doesn't ring again. Right, I'm going to put together the covers of the Speak Paris mini album. So I've got UK size 2 A4 3mm chipboard sheets, and as you may have noticed in the previous video, I've cut it off at 8.5 inches. So I've now got two pieces that are 8.25 by 8.5 and two pieces that are roughly 8.25 by 3 inches. I only do inches. Okay, what I've also got is this, and this is double-sided carpet tape, and I'm going to give this a go. So I'm going to start off with chipboard. I'm pretty sure this can't be torn. No, so I'm going to have to cut this. And I am going to... Oh, this is going to be good stuff. Okay. Right. This is where this probably won't work, but it usually does. My tip of the day is, if you're cutting well, anything that's sticky, especially double-sided stuff, if you're right-handed, I don't know if it works for left-handed people because I'm right-handed, if you cut it with the sticky side up, it's usually quite easy and doesn't stick to the scissors as much. And that did kind of work. Kind of. Okay, so for one piece of the larger chipboard pieces, I am going to, make a right hash up of things. I am going to apply the double-sided tape to each end. Just had a thought, wouldn't it be easier if I cut it with this? Yes, it would. Saves getting my scissors all sticky. Okay, and then we are going to apply another piece to one side, and this is the shorter 8.25 side as well, on both pieces of chipboard, which isn't actually chipboard over here. In the UK we call it greyboard. As a crafter I searched for months for chipboard, not realising it was basically an American term for greyboard. So yeah, right, here's where the fun starts. Right, now you need the smaller pieces. Get that one out of the way for a second. And obviously you want to leave a gap of 2/8 roughly of an inch to 3/8 of an inch. No, 2/8 of an inch maximum. So actually I've got the shakes today. This is not good. Okay, so you see I have got a nice gap there, which I should be able to fit in one sheet of chipboard. See? So it is the width of one chipboard piece. Okay, I'm going to do the same to the other side. And pop that one on there. And then you're going to take the long, so you've got the long piece with a short piece at each end, and then you're going to slip it along to this side, and you're going to add the longer piece to the end. So basically you've got a long piece, a short piece, a long piece and a short piece. all together in the line. Long, short, long, short. Okay, and now, because as everyone knows, I am absolutely paranoid about hinges and hinges and, come on people, my brain's gone blank, hinges and joins. What I'm also going to do, for extra strength, durability and such like, is add Tyvek. Actually, I could probably get away with, yep. So this is just one A4 sheet of Tyvek, and this is half a sheet, so it's cut in half. Now I'm going to take the backing off this. I've never used this carpet tape before, just an idea I had, because I know a lot of people use duct tape to go around the edges of their albums and stuff, and I thought, and bookbinding tape as well, and I figured that double-sided carpet tape has to be really strong and really, really sticky. And I think I've proven already it is very, very sticky. Right, just for extra, I'm going to put glue here. How far out the edges are we going to go? I'm just going to put a little glue down the edge as well. I'm not actually going to put glue on top of there because I think it might be just a little bit too much. Right, and I'm going to put the slightly, like Tyvek usually has one side that is slightly rougher than the other. This is the smoothest side, this is slightly rough, so the slightly roughest side I'm going to put down, and this once again is 55 gram Tyvek. There we go. Give that a good rub down. Now I'm going to put a piece over here. I don't really want to waste a whole sheet, so I'm going to cut this one in half as well, just roughly. I've got each side, yep, a little bit of space each side, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to each side. The other product I got to use is actually, well, we call it rifle butt tape. I don't know what else you call it, camo tape. That's camo, not camel. Get the packet, here we go. Because you can get this in some really good colours, and this is basically, it's for cloth camo tape, so it's camo tape, but we call it rifle butt tape because you wrap it around the rifle butts. And this is actually not a bad price. It is 10 metres long and it costs about £6, and that's a really good tape as well for like the edge of the album and also the binding of the album. So I may use this for the edges. I don't know if it's quite the right colour, but yeah, so that's another new product that I will probably be using very soon. So that's right, and what we're going to do here is that the covers are going to be like this, and yeah, they're going to be like this, so it's going to go up like a box, this being the front of the album, and obviously this being the back. So it's going to go something like that, and then what I've done is, this is quite a good quality card. It's 210 GSM, so it's a slightly thicker card, and I've done two bits. which are going to go one side and the other. Tyvek to go in the middle, because as we all know, I am paranoid. And then just for an extra little bit of pattern, these are these spellbinders. Yeah, spellbinders dies. And this, I wanted a frilly edge. I may not now because I don't know if I'm going to be using it in the album. But if I wanted to, I can sandwich that in between and have a nice frilly edge as well. But this basically is going to be scored down and be attached here with magnet strips all underneath, and it's going to have a magnetic hold here on the side. Oh, that is so bright you can barely see anything. But yeah, so it's going to be magnetic on the side. I'm also going to have another closure on it. I just thought that would be really pretty. So, and the Tyvek is just for security. Obviously this one goes that way and it folds the opposite way. So this one would be going underneath, attaching underneath. This one attaches on top, and they join together when they're done properly. Yeah, so that'll be that, with the Tyvek in the middle. So that's the carpet tape. My next bit will be obviously to go around the edges, which I will do, and then after I've gone all around the edges, when I might use the camo tape. What I've also got coming on order is it's like a pale sage green, and also I think they call it marshmallow, but it's like a baby pink duct tape, because both of those colours will go really nicely with this and this. So that will be what I use to go around the edges. Probably. I'm hoping to get them tomorrow. So I can finish doing this tomorrow. But until then, that will be basic. So see, it's going to be quite a nice size album, not too thick, I hope. And it will have 10 pages. Well, 5 pages, page each side. 10 sides, 5 pages. Okay, I'm going now before I confuse myself even more. So, I will finish uploading this when I get the tape and do that bit, and then put the hinge in, because obviously I'm not going to put the hinge in until after the tape is all round, but my hinge is all ready. And then I'll be doing this album slightly different to the Raven album that I did. So we'll see how that works out. So until next time. Right, 3 days have passed and I'm still waiting for my tape, and seriously thinking about cancelling my Amazon Prime membership. And because it hasn't come yet, I'm going to give this camo tape a bit of a tryout on the edges of my album, and hopefully it'll work. Oh, please let it work. Okay, so I'm going to start at the end, which is going to be the front cover. I'm going to start in the middle here because I'll be using the flap edge to cover, so the join won't show. But I am going to start right from the centre, and this stuff, it's not hugely sticky, but I am hoping it's going to work. Okay, it's not hugely sticky till it sticks to itself apparently. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the edges as much as I can, keeping it quite straight. And if there are any weird noises, I do apologise, but we've just got a leak in our kitchen. So there's a lot of work going on there at the moment. So as you can imagine, what with the leak in the kitchen and my supplies not arriving, it has not been a good few days. And I know I'm totally off camera shot, and I do apologise. So hopefully I'll be able to get this done. and then start to get the hinge in and get the pages in too. Hey, hey, hey. And I know this bit's really boring, but, and I said I wouldn't do it after last time, but I'm doing it again on camera. Because I'm contrary. Okay, this is actually quite quite difficult. So I just noticed my my daughter's other half is just about to come in through the door, so bangs and crashes. Once again, you'll have to excuse the noise. Okay. Now, decisions. How do I want to do the corners? I think what I would like to do what I'm thinking of doing is seeing if I can just pull the corners like that. Maybe. There's something over that might look alright. So I'm going to squeeze the edges and then fan out this centre bit, and hopefully okay, we're not going to do it that way. Didn't take long for me to change my mind, did it? Okay, I'm going to do the usual, cut a little V into there. Oh, that's better. Right, so I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then I'll come back for the hinge. Right, what I've also done here is, oh, put a crease in it. I've laid a piece here. This is going to be the flap that's at the side, the right hand side, when you close the album. So I've also put a strip down the centre here. I was considering putting an extra strip here, but considering I've got the Tyvek there, I don't think it'll be necessary. So yeah, I've put this strip down here. And now that's... I keep on knocking things into my bin. Right, sorry about that. Right, so the next thing to do is to put in the hinge system here. Now I know that there is a 1 inch gap each side here. I cut the paper down. I just cut a very tiny bit off the side so that I'd have the same amount of cardstock left over each side, so it'd be easy for me to sort of like eye up, because I tend not to measure. Okay, and it's already got Tyvek underneath here. Oh, I keep losing everything. There we go. So I'm going to take off the, and this is the duck double-sided sticky tape that's on here. Give my glue a quick shake. This just gives me that extra bit of wiggle time. It doesn't matter which way up it goes, so just checking that looks all about even, top to bottom, side to side, and it does. I just want to ease that into the corner there slightly. Into the join, not the corner, the join. And the same for this side. Right, I can see that I'm going to need a bit more double-sided sticky tape there, which I will do in a minute. And what I am actually going to do different with this album to the Raven album that I did is I'm going to put the pages on that I have ready. Yeah, I'm actually going to put the pages on and then make the album straight onto these base pages. So hopefully that will be okay. It's just a matter of making sure that all these are lined up first. So yeah, and I'm going to apply the pages, rather than do them separately and stick them on, this will be my base page and everything will go from there. So right, I'm going to tidy up these edges with a bit of school tape. Make sure this is stuck down properly. And then, when the glue is dry, I'll come back and I'll put the base pages on, ready to start actually making the album pages. Back again. Right, what I've decided to do, because it is actually quite secure top and bottom, it's only the middle that seems to be slightly apart. I've just decided to put some red line tape down here, and that should be plenty. And I've left about 1/4 inch gap from the crease here and the beginning of the tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of the main 5 pages here on camera, and the rest of it I shall do off camera. So I've got them all ready, and they are 9 by, it should be 8, yep, 9 by 8 inches, and then you score it 1 inch in, and that obviously makes the pages 8 by 8 when you put them together. And you put them together so that the scored folder flap are going to be top and bottom of the page. That way you get your pocket and you can attach this side to them. What I do is I only take off one side. Move this over a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Not that it's interesting, it is quite boring. But I think it's always good to show sort of how you do an album from beginning to end, so that when you make all the mistakes like I do, people can say, oh, she makes mistakes. Glue. Make sure it's not too near the edge, because you don't want it sticking actually on the page. You only want the hinge sticking. And I will try not to get my head in the way. And I will also try to make sure there's light here. It's one of those sort of weird end of the sort of day lights where it's bright enough to glare but not really bright enough to light everything up. So there we go, just line it up, make sure it's going to be lined up this end as well. Stick it down. And this is actually going to be slightly more difficult than usual because this card is a really good quality card, so it's really stiff. I do believe it's 240 GSM, this one. Right, so it doesn't really matter whether you push it on from the top or the bottom, or if you prefer to do it a different way entirely, then go for it. Whatever works best for you and whatever you have handy to do it with. Okay, let's get this little one on here. And I want it close to that score line, that 1/4 of an inch gap there, but not right on it. No, this is not going my way today. Right, try again. Yep, I think that's it. Let's see how it lays the other side as well. Yep, that should do very nicely. So what I'm going to do now is take off this bottom bit here. And the tape at the sides. I don't usually bother putting glue again at the top here, but I will put glue here. That hasn't stuck down exactly as I've wanted. Let's try that bit again. That's better. I think the first page is always the hardest one to get down, and the others seem so much easier. Okay. Hopefully I've left enough room for that to be able to bend. Yep. It's nice to give it a quick bend just to make sure that it does, because this is what this 1/4 of an inch extra bit on the hinge here is for. It lets your page lay flat. Without it, the page tends to stick right up, so that just gives you that little bit of room so that it lays flat. And the thicker your book, so the more pages you have, the bigger this hinge has to be. Really, I should have made it slightly bigger, but 5 pages should be enough. 1/4 of an inch is about 4 pages worth, but this should hopefully be okay. It's only 1 extra page. Okay, I've waffled on long enough. I'm going to do the rest of the pages, and then I'll be back hopefully for the first page tutorial and how I put that together. Eventually. And I've got to redo my nails because I broke a nail. Okay, so that's it for now. And I'll put this flap on as well. But that's quite easy to do, so I probably won't do that on camera. So, there we go. First part done, on to the pages.